Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've recorded the last video. We've gained like 500 subscribers or something since the last video. I really appreciate it. I apologize for the long delay, but I'm back. I've been occupied with loads of kind of things and I've been lazy in general really. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let's just get straight to it. Now in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a low poly house in Blender. Now if you guys know the basics of Blender, then you should be able to accomplish this. I'm going to be using this image right here as a reference, which I'll post the link for below if you guys want to follow along. And yeah, using references is a good idea, as you know, it just helps out a lot. You kind of have an idea in your head of what you want to make. Makes life a lot easier. So yeah, to get to it, I'm gonna leave the reference on my other monitor so I can look at it. I might put a picture up on the video so you guys can see as I'm working along, but the general shape is quite simple. So I'm gonna follow the general shape of the house, which is kind of like a long rectangle, and then it kind of just goes up. As for the tools on Blender, I'm not going to really explain them because I've made other videos explaining a few of the tools and such. You guys can follow them along if you need help with that. But yeah, I'm going to create the general rectangle shape for this house, which is roughly something like this. It's fairly simple, like primitive shapes. If you know the basics to Blender, you should be able to make this. It's not really that difficult, and if you can't, then don't really worry about it, because you could potentially make this in Studio as well. It's not really that difficult, but making it in Blender, you kind of get them curved shapes that you can't really make in Studio, which makes the model probably look a lot nicer. But yeah, we've got the basic shape here done, which doesn't look too bad, to be fair. And now the person that made this model decided to put like wooden pillars on each kind of like edge of the structure, so I'm gonna do that real quick right now. I also forgot to mention that there is a bit of a platform at the bottom, which I'm gonna make now real quick, which is basically another rectangle. Then I grab the top face and it kind of just goes in a little bit like so. Doesn't stick out too much. Okay, so for this part of the video, I decided to speed it up, and I'm probably going to skip through most of it. But what I want you to take from this is that editing each part of the structure just by like a tiny bit, just adding these little curves, or like I squeezed the main part of the house inwards to create a more like less dull shape, which I really recommend you guys do. It's a small adjustment which just makes the building look 10 times better. Which is, if there's anything you're going to take from this video, that's what I recommend you take, because it's really simple and really effective, especially if you want to go for a low poly look. I know a lot of simulators do this, and then perhaps they make their assets like a smooth shade, so it looks more like cartoony, but it's really effective. I really recommend you guys use this. Okay, so with the production of the model out the way, I recommend each individual part to be separated, just for the fact that you're going to recolor these in Studio, unless you're going to texture texture it in Blender, which is more of a if you need to be more experienced in Blender to do that, which is not what this video is for. But everything needs to be separated. Like as you can see, all my models, each selection is separated, because then you can select them in Studio individually and change their color. This is the mistake I see a lot of people make, where they kind of just select the whole model, join it so it's just one model, and then bring it in, and then they don't realize why the whole model is one color. That's the reason why, because you need to have each individual asset separated, as well as if you have them separated, the collisions are a lot better. I know people have collision issues with when they import models from Blender. That's the reason why, because you need to keep them separated. Okay, so for the next part of the process is importing it into a Studio. Now I know a lot of people. I made a video on importing objects into Studio, but people still seem to struggle with it. You don't have to select your model or anything. Just go up to File, Export, and then select FBX. Once you select FBX, save it wherever you want. I'm gonna save it here, and then go straight into Studio. You have to have your Game Explorer open, and then click Import, and then select whatever asset you want to import. Make sure this is unchecked. You don't want to import it as a single mesh, and then click Apply. And now this will bring all each individual object into your game. And once it's all in, you can see if you click meshes right here, all your meshes will appear. As you can see, it's slowly bringing them all in. And once they're all imported, you select them all, right click, and then insert with location. But I'm gonna wait for all the parts to import. Okay, so now everything's imported. You want to select every single part, right click, insert with location, and then it should bring your whole model into Studio. When it loads, it's loading like 60 parts, so it might take a few seconds. There we go. Don't know why it took so long. But here's our whole model. Now what we're gonna do is probably anchor it and group it. Obviously I would just name it house, and then now you can just individually go around, select each part, and just color it to whatever you want. So get all the window frames. I mean, preferably you'd want to make it the same colors as the reference you picked. Unless you use the same one as me, then you can use the same color as me. But you can kind of get the idea of how this will look now. And there you guys have it. There's the whole structure right there. I think it turned out quite well. You could have done with adding some windows, maybe some extra things on the side like barrels or whatever, but that wasn't the main part of the video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be uploading more often now again. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.